Raider Nation, what's good? It's your boy, James Carter, your fired-up host of the Raiders Rundown, coming at you with some hot-breaking news straight from the Silver and Black headquarters. The Las Vegas Raiders just dropped a bombshell. They've signed tight end Ian Thomas, and oh man, this move's got me buzzing. Today, we're diving deep into what this means for our squad, how it shakes up the tight end room, and a sneaky coaching connection that ties it all together. Trust me, you're not going to see this one coming. Picture this. It's March 25th, 2025, and the Raiders are making moves like it's nobody's business. Ian Thomas, a 28-year-old vet who's been grinding it out with the Carolina Panthers since 2018, is now rocking that iconic silver and black. I'm talking a fourth-round pick from way back who's played 7 seasons, and now he's stepping into our house. But here's the teaser that's got my blood pumping. What does this mean for Michael Mayer, our young stud tight end? Stick with me, Nation, because this is about to get wild. If you're as obsessed with the Raiders as I am, and I know you are, you're probably already screaming, James, tell me more. Well, guess what? You're in the right place, because we're breaking this down step by step with all the juicy details and stats you crave. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're dropping Raiders news every single day, and later today at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, I'm going live to chop it up with you about this signing. Let's get into it. What's Ian Thomas bringing to the Las Vegas Raiders? All right, Raider Nation, let's talk Ian Thomas, our newest weapon in the arsenal. This dude's been a Panther his whole career, drafted 104th overall back in 2018 out of Indiana, and he's got 68 games under his belt with 21 starts. Now, don't expect him to light up the stat sheet. He's got 111 catches for 1,055 yards and 4 touchdowns over 7 years. But that's not why we grabbed him. This is a depth move, pure and simple, and I'm hyped about what he can do for us off the field. Think about it. Thomas stands at 6 feet 4 inches, 260 pounds, a big body who's made his name as a blocking tight end. Last season with Carolina, he played in 15 games, but only snagged 3 catches for 7 yards. Yeah, I know, not exactly Brock Bowers numbers. But here's the kicker. He was on the field for 35% of offensive snaps and 22% of special team snaps. The Raiders aren't signing him to be a pass-catching superstar. They want him pancaking defenders and opening lanes for our run game. How do you feel about that, Nation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. So what's the vibe here? I'm guessing this is a 1-year, vet minimum deal. Nothing flashy. Just smart business for a guy who knows how to grind. The Las Vegas Raiders are building something nasty up front, and Thomas fits that mold perfectly. But hold up, there's a bigger question looming, and it's got me pacing my living room. How does this shake up our tight end depth chart? Let's peel back the layers on that next. Raider Nation, let's get the heart of it. Our tight end room is stacked, and Ian Thomas just walked into a party with some big names. At the top, we got Brock Bowers, the 2024 first-round phenom, who's already a nightmare for defenses. Seriously, this kid had 60 catches for 687 yards and 5 scores as a rookie last year. Then there's Michael Mayer, our 2023 second-round pick, who's still finding his groove with 41 grabs for 450 yards over 2 seasons. These guys are the future, no question. Now, toss in Harrison Bryant, who we signed last offseason. He's another depth piece with 10 catches for 91 yards in 2024. And suddenly, Ian Thomas is looking like tight end number 4. But here's where my brain starts spinning. What's this mean for Mayer? Last year, I was screaming at my TV because Mayer only played 12 games, and rumors swirled he wasn't happy when Bowers got drafted ahead of him. Did the Raiders just sign Thomas to calm Mayer down or to push him harder? I need your take. Hit me in the comments with your gut feeling. For me, this move screams stability. Thomas isn't here to steal targets. He's a blocker, a locker room guy, a depth piece who's been around the block. The Raiders are saying, Bowers is TE1, Myers TE2, and we got your back with vets like Bryan and Thomas. But there's suspense here, Nation. What if Myers still ticked off? Could we see trade rumors heat up again? Let's keep digging. This story's far from over. Raider Nation, let's talk Michael Mayer for a sec, because this dude's journey with the Raiders has been a roller coaster. Drafted 35th overall in 2023 out of Notre Dame, he was supposed to be a first-round lock, a 6 feet 4 inches, 265-pound beast who could catch and block like a champ. His rookie year? Solid. 27 catches, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns. But then 2024 hit, and Bowers' mania took over, leaving Mayer with just 14 receptions in 12 games. You could feel the frustration brewing. I'll never forget the trade rumors fly around this offseason. Beat writers like Vincent Bonsignore from Raiders News were dropping hints, and fans on X were losing their minds. Meyer's young, he's hungry, and he wants to be the guy. So when I saw Ian Thomas pop up on the roster, my first thought was, oh snap, are the Raiders sending Mayer a message? Is this a we believe in you move, or a step up or ship out warning? What's your read, Nation? Here's my take. Thomas being TE3 or TE4 actually helps Mayer. It's not like we signed some flashy pass catcher to leapfrog him. No, this is a depth guy who's here to block and grind. The Raiders are telling Mayer, you're our TE2 behind Bowers, and we're building around you. But the suspense kills me. What if Mayer doesn't buy it? Could we see him demand a trade before the 2025 NFL Draft? Let's unpack this more. Raider Nation, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Our tight end depth chart is a puzzle, and Ian Thomas is the latest piece. Bowers is locked in as TE1. Dude's a unicorn, averaging 11.5 yards per catch as a rookie. Meyer's TE2, and despite the drama, he's still got a 66.7% catch rate over 2 years, showing he's reliable when targeted. Then you got Bryant, and now Thomas, both vets who played over 60 NFL games each. This room's got talent and grit. But here's where it gets spicy. Thomas isn't just some random signing. At 6 feet 4 inches, he's a matchup problem in the run game. Check this. He graded out at 62.3 as a run blocker last year per Pro Football Focus, way better than his 48.1 pass catching grade. The Raiders want him holding it down in 12 personnel sets, keeping defenses honest while Bowers and Mayer stretch the field. So, does this make our offense nastier? I say hell yeah. But I want to hear from you. The suspense is real, though. Could Thomas surprise us and snag a red zone role? He's got 4 career touchdowns, so it's not impossible. Or is he strictly a blocker, leaving the glory to the young guns? I'm geeking out over possibilities, Nation, and we're not done yet. There's a coaching connection that ties this whole thing together. Let's crack that open next. Raider Nation, let's shift gears. Why did the Raiders snag Ian Thomas? Sure, he's a depth piece, but there's always a story behind these moves. I've been digging, and here's what I'm thinking. This isn't about stats. It's about fit. Thomas has played 1,672 offensive snaps in his career, with over 60% of those in line as a blocker. That's the kind of grunt work our offensive line needs to protect whoever's slinging it in 2025. Now let's talk scheme. Under offensive coordinator Luke Getsy, the Raiders ran 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, on 18% of plays last year, per ESPN stats. That's not a ton, but it's enough to need reliable depth, especially with Josh Jacobs gone, and Zamir White stepping up as RB1. Thomas gives us that extra beef up front to pound the rock and keep the fences guessing. What do you think? Does this make us a tougher out in the AFC West? But here's the cliffhanger. There's a hidden link in this signing, and it's got me grinning ear to ear. I'm not spilling it just yet. Stick with me, because this coaching connection is a cherry on top of this move. We're building something special in Las Vegas, and Thomas is part of the plan. Let's keep the hype train rolling. Raider Nation, it's time to connect the dots. I've been teasing this coaching link, and here it is. Meet Nate Carroll, assistant QB coach for the Las Vegas Raiders and son of NFL legend Pete Carroll. Before joining us in 2025, Nate was a passing game coordinator for the Carolina Panthers in 2024. Yep, the same team Ian Thomas played for. That's no coincidence, fam. This is a classic Raiders move, grabbing a guy the staff knows inside and out. Think about it. Thomas only had 3 catches last year under Nate's system, but he was out there blocking on 35% of snaps. Nate knows this dude's a worker, reliable, tough, and a locker room fit. The Raiders have been all about coaching connections this offseason. Just look at Alex Kappa from Tampa Bay with John Spytek, or Adam Butler with Rob Leonard ties. Every depth piece we've added has a story, and Thomas fits that mold. Does this get you as pumped as it gets me? Here's the suspense. Nate's vouching for Thomas, but will he carve out a real role? Or is this just a camp body move? I'm betting on the former. Nate saw something in him, and that's enough for me to buy in. But I need your take, Nation. What's Nate Carroll cooking up with this signing? Let's dive deeper into the ripple effects. Raider Nation, let's talk ripple effects. How does Ian Thomas change the game for us? First off, he's insurance. Bowers and Mayer are studs, but injuries happen. Thomas has played at least 15 games in 5 of the 7 seasons, so he's durable as hell. If one of our top guys goes down, we've got a vet who can step in and keep the chains moving. That's peace of mind right there. Second, he's a tone setter. The Raiders ranked 22nd in rushing yards last year with 1,842, and our O-line took a hit losing Greg Van Roten. Thomas is a lineman, but his blocking chops, 62.3 PFF grade, remember? Give us an edge in short yardage situations. Imagine Zamir White busting through a hole Thomas opens up against the Chiefs. Oh, I can see it now. How's that sound to you, Nation? But here's the twist. Does this signal bigger moves? Are the Raiders prepping for a run-heavy identity in 2025, maybe with new QB under center? The NFL draft a month away, and I'm itching to see if we double down on this trench warfare vibe. Thomas is a small piece, but he's got me dreaming big. Let's keep this energy going. Raider Nation, let's pivot real quick. Some bonus news just dropped, and it's juicy. Christian Ellis, our linebacker we lost to the Patriots, signed a 2-year, $13.5 million deal up in New England. Raiders News reported we offered him $4.8 million for year 1, but the Pats matched and locked him up long term. That tells me the Las Vegas Raiders saw him as a starter. $6.75 million a year ain't chump change for a backup. This stings a bit, Nation. Ellis had 51 tackles in 2024, and we're thin at linebacker beyond Landon Roberts, who's a thumper with 88 tackles last year. Our depth charts got question marks. Amari Burney, Tommy Eichenberg, guys like that. And losing Ellis means we're hunting for another starter. What's your fix? Draft a linebacker or sign a free agent. Hit me with your ideas. The suspense here is killing me. Are we shifting focus to the draft? Maybe a stud like Harold Perkins from LSU? Or do we scour the market for a veteran? This ties back to Thomas. Depth matters. And the Raiders are playing chess, not checkers. Let's see how this shakes out. More on that soon. Raider Nation, let's circle back to Ian Thomas. Why has this move got me fired up? It's not just about his stat line. It's about the message. Signing a guy like Thomas says, we're building a culture of toughness. He's not here to outshine Bowers or Mayer. He's here to do the dirty work. And that's the Raider way. I'm picturing him stonewalling edge rushers while White rumbles for first downs. Silver and black grit at its finest. And let's talk value. Thomas has 416 special team snaps in his career, including 82 last year. That's a guy who's not afraid to mix it up on kickoffs and punts. Something we've lacked since losing A.J. Cole to injury in 2024. The Raiders are 8th in special teams DVOA right now. Per Football Outsiders, could Thomas bump us higher? I'm curious, Nation, what's your vibe on his special teams impact? The cliffhanger is this. Will Thomas stick beyond camp? He's got to beat out Bryant for TE 3 snaps, and that's no cakewalk. I'm rooting for him to shine in preseason. Imagine him pancaking a linebacker on a goal line stand. We're peeling back more layers next. Stay locked in. Raider Nation, let's dream a little. What's the ceiling for Ian Thomas with the Raiders? Best case, he's a red zone menace. He's got 4 career scores, and at 6 feet 4 inches, he's a target in tight spaces. Think a poor man's Antonio Gates vibe. If Getsy dials up some 2 tight end sets with Bowers streaking and Thomas boxing out, we could see some fireworks. How's that grab you? Realistically, though, he's a role player, and that's fine. The Raiders threw tight ends on 28% of passes last year, 3rd most in the NFL per next-gen stats. Thomas won't eat into that much, but if he snags 5 to 10 catches and a touchdown while locking down his blocks, I'm calling it a win. What's your stat prediction for him in 2025? Drop it below. I'm reading every one. The suspense is juicy. Could Thomas become a fan favorite? Picture this. 4th, and 1 against Denver, He springs white for the first down, and the Allegiant Stadium crowd loses it. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. But there's more to this story. Let's tie it all together soon. Raider Nation, let's recap this Ian Thomas saga. Why'd we sign him? Depth, blocking, and that Nate Carroll connection. It's a trifecta. He's not rewriting the record books, but he's a glue guy who keeps this offense humming. The Raiders are 3-2 in their last 5 games as of today, March 25th, 2025, per Raiders News, and little moves like this keep us in the hunt. Are you feeling the momentum? This fits our off-season vibe. Check it. Alex Kappa's got Tampa ties. Adam Butler's linked to Rob Leonard. Jeremy Chin balled out with Dan Quinn vibes. Every signing's got a coaching thread, and Thomas is no different. It's like GM Tom Telesco's playing 4D chess while we're all screaming, just win, baby. What's the next move you want to see, Nation? Here's the hook. Thomas might be T3, but he's a symbol, grit over glitz. I'm betting he's on the roster week 1, grinding it out for us. But will he make a splash or just hold the fort? That's the question buzzing in my head. Let's keep this convo going. Raider Nation, let's zoom out. This Ian Thomas signing is a love letter to Michael Mayer. Hear me out. By grabbing a blocker like Thomas, the Raiders are saying, Mayer, you're RDE2, and we're not replacing you. Bowers is a star, but Meyer's 66.7% catch rate and 11 yards per grab in 2024 show he's got juice. This move keeps in the fold. No trade drama, just growth. You buying that? It's also about balance. The Raiders ranked 14th in total offense last year with 5,623 yards. Decent, but we need more punch. Thomas shores up the run game, letting Bowers and Mayer feast in the pass game. Imagine a play-action bomb to Bowers while Thomas seals the edge. Chef's kiss. What's your dream play call with this crew? The suspense is electric. Does Mayer take the leap in 2025 with Thomas backing him up? I'm calling it now. Mayer hits 50 catches if he stays healthy. But I need your predictions, Nation. How's this tight end trio gonna vibe? We're almost at the finish line. Hang tight. Raider Nation, let's wrap this up. Ian Thomas is a Raider, and I'm stoked. He's not a headliner, but he's a soldier. 6 feet 4 inches, 260 pounds of blocking fury with a sprinkle of special team sauce. Nate Carroll's stamp of approval seals it. This dude's here to work, and that's the silver and black spirit we live for. Are you as hyped as I am? The big picture? This move's a building block. The Raiders are 3-2 in their last 5, flirting with playoff vibes, and Thomas keeps us versatile. Pair him with Bowers' flash, Meyer's upside, and a run game that's itching to pop. Zamir White's got 412 yards in those 5 games, per Las Vegas Raiders site. And we got something cooking. What's your playoff prediction, Nation? Here's the deal. Thomas is a depth dart that could hit big. Will he be a quiet hero or just a roster footnote? I'm leaning hero. Call it a gut feeling. Raider Nation, smash that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe if you're new and share this with your crew. We're live later today at 4 p.m. Eastern. So let's keep the party going. Just win, baby. Raider Nation, one last curveball. Let's dream big with Ian Thomas. Imagine him locking down Max Crosby in practice. Yeah, our DPOI candidate with 8.5 sacks already in 2024 and making our O-line tougher. Then week 1, he pancakes a Chiefs linebacker and a Legion erupts. That's the ceiling I'm chasing. Thomas as the unsung spark. What's your wildest hope for him? The coaching web's insane. Nate Carroll's just a tip. Patrick Graham's got ties everywhere, from Eric Stokes to Darnell Holmes, and it's all clicking. The Raiders have signed 12 free agents this offseason per Raiders News, all with some connection. Thomas is the latest thread in this tapestry. Which signings got you most hyped? All right, Nation, we're out. This Ian Thomas ride's been a blast. From depth to drama to dreams, we've covered it all. Hit that like, comment with your hot takes, subscribe for Daily Raiders Heat, and spread the word. Live shows at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Raider Nation forever. Let's ride. Just win, baby.